protecting ourselves. Today, Biden signed into law a bipartisan gun safety bill, the most significant gun control legislation in 30 years. Here to weigh in is Chief Safety Officer for Byrna, Andrew Pollack. Andrew, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me on, Jen.
Hey, let's talk about this new bill. It enhances background checks for gun buyers under 21. It closes the boyfriend loophole. It incentivizes states to implement red flag laws. Will these provisions be effective in stopping gun violence?
I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Where it would make a difference is with juveniles. It will carry over a juvenile's criminal record over to the NICS system when they do go to purchase a rifle. So that's one good thing in the bill that I see. But mostly everyone's concerned about the red flag laws, where they could be abused if not done with due process. Certain counties are getting it done right. It could be abused where people could lose their Second Amendment. But when done properly with due process, it's not going to affect our gun rights at all, you know, when you look at it. When certain counties want to go and use the red flags, they could either, if they don't want to participate in red flags, they could set up crisis prevention, use crisis prevention in their counties with that money to avoid other types of shootings. So I don't think it's going to affect our Second Amendment that much. More important was that SCOTUS ruling in New York with the concealed carry permit holders. So that's going to affect us way more. You know, I'm such a proponent of the Second Amendment. I never want to be a victim. I've saw what happened with my daughter, how she was a victim, and it affected me. So I really think that's going to make a big difference in the country and these states. It evens the playing field with law-abiding citizens being able to go and get their concealed carries, because criminals don't, let's face it, criminals don't obey laws. So it's really going to help in these states where it's difficult to get your concealed carry.
Well, Andrew, I'd like to dig into that a little bit more, because obviously we're just coming off two tragic mass shootings in our country, particularly most recently in Uvalde, Texas, a school shooting. You obviously became an advocate for securing our schools after you tragically lost your daughter, Meadow, in the Parkland school shooting. How do we secure our schools? What does that look like?
Well, there is some money in that bill that he just signed for hardening of the schools, which is good. You need to have a fence. It needs to be fenced, the school, where it's closed during the day. I tell parents all the time, after you drop your children off at school, go back and visit the school. See if you can get back in. Knock on a door. Just because they say the doors are locked doesn't mean that they're training the children and faculty not to open the door if someone knocks on it. So it's very important to have a single point of entry. And also very important is to have armed guards at the school. Plain clothes is even better. But in Florida, after my daughter's murder, they changed the law where there's one SRO per 500 students. Uvalde, Texas, they didn't have armed security. They left two doors open. You know, it was very upsetting to me knowing that they didn't just open the outside door. I don't understand how the hallway door was open. If that hallway door was locked with protocol, those students would be alive.
Andrew, what about arming our teachers? If they choose to be armed, if they carry a gun, should they also, do you think, have that ability to protect students in schools, or should it stay out of the classroom?
Well, I could tell you that we had this Marjorie Stoneman Douglas Safety Commission. And 14 of the commissioners watched the video of the children getting killed inside the school. And all 14 voted that if a teacher wants to voluntarily go through this intense program, it would be an asset to have them in the school carry. So I believe in it. In Florida, they have it's an intense program. They're held to a higher standard of accuracy than regular deputies to pass the class when they go into shooting. So I think it's an asset. They're doing it in some counties. It depends on the county. The program was named after Aaron Feist. He was a coach that ran into the building unarmed. And you know what really irks me after Parkland? I thought in the country, every police officer in the country knew that if there were shots, they had to go towards gunfire. And then you see Uvalde, what's happening and unwinding in Uvalde, where these deputies didn't go in they let kids get killed again, the same situation like Parkland. And I really thought that every deputy knew it, but evidently they didn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, we support our men and women in blue, but of course, a lot of questions there as to what went down in Uvalde. Andrew Pollack, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks, Jen.